I used to
Yeah.
think, oh, there's just like got to be so much behind it. Like, why would God have me just want to connect with people and create events and all that?
Yeah.
But it goes deeper than that. Like,
Mhm.
yeah, He wants me to bring people together. He wants me to connect people to different communities or other people that you may have not originally have had in your group or whatever. And
Yes.
that is definitely my calling. And it can be that easy and it can be that fun and it can be that joyful.
Hey everyone, welcome to the Tori Cruz Show, where we're shining a light on real conversations and transformational stories with some of the most dynamic entrepreneurs and faith-driven leaders you'll ever meet. I'm Tori Cruz, your host, entrepreneur, virtual stylist, and former Miss Missouri USA, ready to guide you along this exciting journey. This isn't just any podcast. It's your new home for stories that uplift, conversations that transform, and a community that feels like family. From the real challenges to the exhilarating moments of achievement, we cover it all, infused with adventure, laughter, insights, and heartfelt discussions. So settle in, make yourself comfortable, and let's get this show on the road. This is the Tori Cruz Show. Hey everyone, welcome back to the Tori Cruz Show. We are coming at you today from Austin, Texas. I have a very special friend of mine on the show today. We have Shannan Hale. I met Shannan back in 2016. She was running a very large community at a conference that I was volunteering at in Minnesota. And ever since then, we have just stayed connected. We both value relationships so deeply. Shannan is one of those people, when I very first met her, I was like, girl, we are going to be friends because her energy is electric and she is so passionate about building authentic and real communities and bringing people together. And that's what her entire business model is all about. And so she explains it all in this video. I'm so excited to share Shannan with all of you because she has a heart of gold. She has a heart for people. Her energy is absolutely contagious. So without further ado, welcome Shannan Hale to the show. Hey everyone, welcome back to the Tori Cruz Show. We are here in Austin at Zilker Park with the gorgeous city as our backdrop. I have Shannan Hale with me here today, and I am so excited to share this with my dear friends. And just, it's such a joy whenever we get together, whenever we're in Austin or wherever in the country.
Right? Exactly.
Yeah.
I love it. I love it.
So fun. Okay, so Shannan, you guys, as you heard in the intro, she is an absolute genius at media, community building, and just relationships. And I'm so excited just to walk and talk with her today and just share your heart and your mission and just everything you're up to here in Austin too. So tell everybody what your media company is that you just started.
Yeah. So I just started a media company called You Are Magic Media. I'm the co-founder with my business partner, Mickey Graham. And we created this because we want to amplify people's voices through events, through content. And so we thought this would be a perfect collab for us to do that. And so, yeah, we were just all around this town, filming, videoing, capturing people in their essence, right? Like who they really are and how they want to portray themselves to the world. And so it's just been a beautiful, magical thing, and we just are having a blast.
You seriously are the perfect person to do that too. I remember when I first moved to Austin, I was like, you know, the person that I have to call, I didn't know anybody. And I was like, the person who I have to call is Shannan Hale because this woman knows everybody. Like, I am telling you, everybody. And when I just flew in this time, I was like, hey, are you going to the Kendra Scott event? And of course she was already going. Like, she is the biggest community builder and relationship builder. So I can't think of anybody better to do this. And then you're Mickey as a co-founder. She's just incredible.
She magnifies it all. You know what I mean? Like, that's what's great about collabing with people that are like really like-minded. You can make pure magic together, right? And it's hard to find those kind of people, but I think with my energy and the people that I surround myself with and what we do in our mission, I'm attracting just all the right people.
Yes.
And it's
So
amazing.
you've been to a lot of different groups and events yourself. You've been a community builder for really large name brands and personal brands, also company brands. What would you say is like the number one thing that you love about community and actually building these spaces for people to connect at such deeper levels than just the surface level as you walk by, say, hi, how are you?
Right. I think it was innately born into me that I just loved connecting people, right? It's just like something that I just feel. It's a feeling of like seeing people connecting. And I think it's also about that sense of belonging. Like, I don't think that I felt like I belonged when I was younger. And I think that's been my biggest mission. I want people to come together, be in community, and you can be your awkward, weird, whoever you want to be self, you know?
We are in Austin. I mean, keep Austin weird, baby.
That's right. Yes.
Yeah.
And so I think that's why I just have loved building communities and seeing people come together, because community is so important. Like, we've got to connect. We need that support. We need accountability. We need a soundboard off of people, right? We need a network. we all needed to introduce each other to other people so that we can all just rise and share our mission and our impact that we have in this world. And we need people.
As entrepreneurs, I feel like that's one of the things that's so rare is like having that sense of community. And I was speaking to a friend the other day just about like loneliness as an entrepreneur when you're growing and you're stretching. It's like you have these friends from childhood or you have these friends from high school or college and all these different areas of your life, but you're growing in different directions. And although those friendships are really great and to cherish, there's something to be said about also surrounding yourself with other, in our case, like female entrepreneurs. We were just talking about the other day how important that is of like being surrounded by this group of female entrepreneurs who are uplifting and supportive and but finding that perfect community because they're out there, but finding the one that actually like resonates with you, I think is so important. And just being here, with you guys right now, it's like, it's so heartwarming because there's like finally a time in my life where I have found a sense of community, but it took about 5 years.
Right.
Truly.
Right.
So what do you suggest for people to find their right fit of a community? Because it's not like a one size fits all. I wish it was, but
it's a process. Like you said, it took you about 5 years, right? But I know why it took you 5 years. You had to do maybe like there's personal and professional development that you were working through. And so are the people that were around. And so it took you like really going deeper and figuring out like, who am I? What do I want? What do I want to be seen as and known as? And that's a process, right? It doesn't happen overnight, right? Here we are, the fruit of our labor of doing the work, right? And each day waking up being like, this is what I want. This is the impact I want to make.
Yes.
And then I'm telling you, your vibe attracts your tribe.
It does. Your vibe attracts your tribe. Remember that.
Exactly. And so I think it's like you just dig deep into who you are and what you really, truly want. Like some people, I used to think, I want, these kind of superficial things. But really, it's like, no, I want people who are authentic. And I want people who believe in big dreams and big visionaries, right?
Yes.
And can believe that anything is possible. And I found those people, right? And I found you and I found this community of people who were just like, yeah, let's go after those dreams. And they are the ones that are going to lift you up, keep you going when times are hard, right?
Yeah.
Because even though we big dreamers, we have our days where we're like, wait, what am I doing? Like, wait, hold on, hold on. Like, okay, we're not the normal 9-to-5 corporate kind of people. And sometimes you feel like maybe you feel a little alone, like you said. And you need that community and those people to come around you and be like, no, girl, you got this. Rest and then come back in a couple of days. And so that's why I think it's important too to have like coaches, mentors, your community, all of these people that are like really leaning into you. But it's a process, right?
It is. Yeah, 100% when it comes to, you said rest. I'm like, wait, hold on. How do you spell that word? But no, rest is so important. And also just being around those individuals that encourage you to also shine your light bright. But then, hey, there's also time just to turn off the switch and kind of retract for a minute, rest, relax, rejuvenate.
Seriously.
And we're extroverts. But we also need that time to rejuvenate. And I think just yesterday you were maybe doing some of that, right? Like you went up to the woods.
Yeah. We got away really quick, me and my team, and we went to the woods and it was so amazing. We just were like paddleboarding. We were manifesting and daydreaming and thinking about our quarterly goals, but also doing work, but also playing. And it was just so good for the heart and the soul, right? Just going inward again. And because we like to serve people, right? Like we're in service to others. That's just like who we are. It's ingrained in us, but we have to pour back into ourselves and make that time and not feel like, oh, but I got all this stuff to do. Yeah, you do. You're gonna be waiting for you.
Oh, you mean like the mess in our bedrooms that we were just talking about?
Yeah, it's like my bedroom. If you also in my room right now, you'd be like, what? But yeah, my life isn't perfect, right?
Yeah.
That's a ride we're riding, right? That's what we signed up for.
It is. Do you ever just pinch yourself some days and you're like, holy crap, I created this life. Like this wasn't something that somebody's telling me that I have to do. And then some days I know for myself, I pinch myself because I'm literally in a moment just like this. I've literally dreamt of this and I got the goosebumps.
I have full body chill bumps right now. I'll say the same thing.
And it's like, here we are overlooking Austin. And I used to live here very briefly. And it was like, God told me not right now, but in another time, I'll show you what Austin was meant to be in your life. And it's so crazy to be standing here right now, talking to you, who you were the first person who I ever contacted when I moved to Austin. And it's just like, but we created our life like this. And nobody's telling us what to do, what we can't do. And how beautiful is that? And it's like some days we're just running all the time, where it's like you don't just stop for a moment and be like, wow, look at this beauty that God has given us. And it's
Mm.
just, it's such a cool thing that we get to do as entrepreneurs, even in the midst of, like, I know this is when we're filming this, it's South by weekend here
Yeah, yeah, the
in
town is
Austin.
crazy over there. My cell phone's blowing up because I have projects to do, but like you said, just taking a moment to, like, really soak this in. This
Yeah,
town is amazing.
it is.
It's beautiful, it feels like home. The people here are just freaking amazing. It's just like, we are so blessed and we're privileged and honored to be here right now, and, oh, I love it.
It's so cool too because there's some people, and I even said it too, but I'm like, pray for my energy because I do a lot of interviews. But what's such a beautiful blessing is that we get this opportunity in life to actually connect with people and are great friends, right? Like through business that have developed into friendships. And it's like, what an honor and like privilege that we get to have these communication moments where normally when I would come to Austin, I would contact you anyways and be like, hey, you want to go to
Uh-huh.
dinner? You want to go grab
Right.
a drink? You want to go grab
Yeah.
coffee? Something. But it's like, okay, now let's film it because people get to see like this is actually our real life. And we would hang out anyways.
Right.
And so now we just have a beautiful camera in front of us that's recording our conversation and having the same conversation we'd have if we were sitting at dinner.
Yeah.
And so I just love it. But that goes back to community building, right? And before we were going live here, we were talking about, wow, how amazing is this that Shannon and I actually know each other from 2016 at an event that I was actually volunteering at.
Uh-huh.
You were the community manager
Uh-huh.
for this event or for the company. And I was volunteering, and literally this was in 2016. I was like in one of the darkest moments of my life. It was so hard. I was in a relationship that was just really trying. And it's just crazy to think, wow, it was that long ago when we connected, but it just, you're such a relationship person and community builder, and you just have
Mm.
that natural God-given gift where it like he built you and created you to shine that light for so many others. And I just remember when I first met Shannon, I was like, that girl and I, we're gonna be friends. Like, absolutely, because
Same.
you just shine your light so bright and so authentically where it
Mm.
makes people feel warm and welcome and people want to be in your presence.
Oh.
And it's just like you're literally living in your calling, I feel like, when you're bringing people
Yeah.
together.
It's that easy, right? And I used
Yeah.
to think, oh, there's just like got to be so much behind it. Like, why would God have me just want to connect with people and create events and all that?
Yeah.
But it goes deeper than that. Like,
Mhm.
yeah, He wants me to bring people together. He wants me to connect people to different communities or other people that you may have not have maybe originally have had in your group or whatever.
Yes.
And that is definitely my calling. And it can be that easy, and it can be that fun, and it can be that joyful. And so, yeah, girl, this is like such a blessing. Like, I'm
It's so cool.
living my life right now with you, talking to a camera in Filter Park where all dreams can come true.
Yes.
And yeah, I'm loving it. Thank you. Thank you for sharing that about me. And the same thing about you. Like, the way you just show up and you shine and you like, you've checked in on me too in times when things were hard. It's funny how your friends show up for you sometimes when you're like, oh, I was just struggling a little bit. And here somebody's texting me like, hey, can we jump on a call? How are you doing? So yeah, it's just, you've been that amazing too. And you're always
Thank
just like right there. And I see what you're doing and I honor it. And I'm just so happy that you're here. Seriously.
Me too. Me too.
Yeah.
I'm just grateful for you, girlfriend. And
Mm.
there's like you said, those darker moments too that entrepreneurs go through, just people. You don't have to be an entrepreneur, but just humans go through.
Mhm.
And I think what's so valuable is like oftentimes our lives can be so busy and something could be going really great in your life, but it's not in mine or vice versa. And it's like you really figure out who your true friends are when you actually like something's going sideways and you can pick the phone up and it's not all about business.
Right.
And I think that's the cool thing about you is like it doesn't have to always be about business, although we love business.
Yeah,
and
we love it.
and we can talk about it all day long. However, it's also it's just very comforting to know that you not only have friends in business that are super like-minded in that way,
Yeah.
but then also like in the deeper level of connection and knowing that like life is going to go sideways in your personal life and not the whole public does not know.
Right.
And it's really nice to have those people that you can find. And it just didn't happen overnight though, either. We've known each other for how long, but when you find those people, it's like, don't lose them because those
Yeah.
are the people that really can make a difference in your life and
Yeah.
not just business.
I agree. I agree.
know?
Yeah. Hold on tight to those people.
Yeah.
And yeah, like what you said about like those dark moments. We all had those. And like I want to normalize that, right?
Yeah.
I come from a past that's, full of trauma and all of that. And I've had to work through that. And that likes to creep up sometimes, and the shame and the fear and the guilt. And it's just like, I don't have to. That's my old story.
Yeah.
And I'm rewriting that story, but my friends still can hold me and support me whenever those things want to come up. But yeah, it's the dark and the bright moments. It's all the moments, right?
It is.
That it's all about.
Yeah.
It truly is.
It is. So where do you picture yourself going now with we'll go back to business. You know, I mean, that's just where we
that's
go,
what
right?
we love
That's where we
that.
go.
We love business.
Where do you really see this year your business going? Like, what are some of your really big goals and dreams? And honestly, how can I help support you in those
Oh,
too?
yes. Thank you. You know,
Loaded question.
I'm a multi-passionate entrepreneur. I have big dreams. You know, one year I'm thinking I'm going to be speaking on stages. The next year it's like, I just want to serve people and put them on stages and I want to work with big brands. But what I'm focusing on this year is I really want my messaging, and every day I'm like blooming into this person. And
Yeah.
the layers are being peeled back, right? And so it's like, how can I share my story even deeper, touch more people, and also work with some really big brands and help these people who are really doing the work, right?
Yes.
Like there are people who are like just serving so many people and their mission is strong. And I just want to help those brands to develop. And then, yeah, I just want to get real clear on my messaging and just go after those stages and just make really big impact.
Oh
And
my
so,
gosh,
I don't
she's
know what
gonna
that
light
looks
it up.
like.
I'm
I don't
telling
know
you
what that
what.
looks like, girl, but I'm in the
Yeah.
flow. You know what I mean?
You are.
I'm letting the
Yeah, you just go with the flow.
I'm letting
That's what
spirit lead me because
Yeah.
it's like I'm tired of forcing things, you know? I want to attract.
Yeah.
We are attracting. So I'm going with the flow, but that's the big vision idea. I want to see my media company do really great things and I want to collab more and not compete. It's like, how can
Yes.
we all work together and come together and create something really big and magical? So
Isn't that the name of the game though? Is like collaboration. And it's like when you actually finally understand that that is how you actually get from where you are to where you want to go. Collaboration's it. And so many people, I think, retract and they get scared of like, oh, but what if? And I'm like, that's a lack mindset though.
yes, the
And-
mindset.
And I think all of us have went through that stage where we're like, oh, but you don't want to give up your baby over here, or I don't know what it is. It's just this, like, this lack mindset that comes into play sometimes. And then when you switch that
yes,
switch,
exactly.
it is just a game changer
right.
for your business
It
and
really is.
for your life.
Yeah,
I mean, you
no, it
actually
really
that's the
is.
key to then actually going to the next level that you're desiring, along with being in the flow, like you were saying, and just like surrendering to the spirit, like what God has for you.
Yeah,
And
exactly. Yeah.
when you're in that place, you're completely unstoppable because whatever happens, whatever is coming your way is meant for you.
Right.
And you're not forcing anything. You're just in that natural state. And I see that within you right now. And it's so beautiful to see because it's almost like you're blossoming into this new version
I know.
of you that
right.
is just completely authentic. Like is the word that comes to mind is like authentically you,
Mhm.
while also making this impact with people of like you help other people rise without I think even realizing it. Just because of who you are when you get into the room, you like have this light and this power and you just help people rise. It's a gift that you have.
I love it. Yeah, and about collaborations and how that can be a little scary too. I think collaborations, you can have boundaries around them, right? 'Cause I'm
Yes.
learning this too. This is why I want to speak on this. Because I'm collaborating with a lot of people and I want everybody in my circle, right?
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
come on, I'm like, you, and I want to take everybody with me to the top, right? And so, but what I'm learning with collaborations is it's just good to have boundaries, right?
Mhm.
And communication. Like
Yes.
speaking about like, okay, I'm going to do this collaboration, but this is what my expectation is, right? And this is what I'm hoping to get out of it. And that
Yes.
you're always you're always communicating with these collabs. And that's where I feel like I'm getting better at. I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, voice what you want, say it, and then you talk about it. Just communication.
That's
Communication through
huge.
collaboration, you know?
Yes.
So it's a big deal because I couldn't do what I'm doing if I couldn't lean on you guys and my community
Right.
and people and collab with them. So
Yes.
yeah.
And another thing we were talking about before we started filming, and we should be filming just like the second that we step outside of our doors. Because the conversation just starts going.
right?
But I know a lot of our listeners love to create retreats for their clients, for their communities, and masterminds, different seminars, and that sort of thing. And so building a community is something that I know a lot of the people watching are really passionate about. Do you think community building is for everybody? Do you think everybody's solves to that? Controversial. Come on.
Okay.
Speak your truth, girl.
I do not think we're all meant to build communities. I think that we're all meant to have people in our lives and community and family and people to lean on and support, correct? But building a community and at the level of like having a membership or having retreats or wanting to make a huge impact is not for everybody. It's very complex. That's a lot of people that you are responsible for, nurturing, retaining those people. So I just tell people start with the people that are already following you or who already love your messaging and pour into those people.
Yes.
Listen to what they need and want. You know what I mean? Take your time. Again, it's like, it's not overnight and don't force it, but it's like, talk to who's in front of you right now, pour into your audience right now, and watch it grow and take those next steps. And there's a whole
Yes.
strategy, and I have it all laid out, but really it's about the individual person. There is no one size fits all for strategy. And I'm learning that through the memberships I'm building for other influencers. Is like, it's just different for everybody. There's no one way, one size fits all.
Isn't that funny? I mean, that's just goes to show for any industry. It's like there could be somebody who's in real estate, there could be somebody who's in fashion, there could be somebody who's in social media marketing to community building, just all of it. There's no one size fits all. So it's like, find, I feel like, those people, those mentors that are doing it how you would like to do it.
Right.
And then pull some pieces from each of those and then create your own that is fully
create
you.
your own.
But I think also too, and correct me if you think I'm completely off, but I think if people have a community, community automatically sounds like big.
Right.
It doesn't necessarily have to be big. You can have a community and it's a little bit of a smaller community.
Right.
So what are your thoughts around that? Do you think that stands true where some people can follow the shiny object syndrome? And it's like, oh, let me create this really big community. In reality, that may not serve everybody to the right capacity.
Exactly. Yeah. And it goes back to like, your community is who's right there with you right now. Right. And it is a big thing to like have to hold all those people.
Yes.
And so I don't think it's for everybody. And I think community can be as small as 2 to 3 people up to thousands and millions of people. And so I don't know if I answered that question right.
Oh,
okay,
yeah.
Keep going. Okay.
Is there anything else that you want to share with everybody listening just about community, from relationship building, and just anything that's really been on your heart recently that you could advise somebody just when it comes to living, like I see you living in this flow and just listening to the Spirit and like letting God lead you to whatever next path? We have a lot of faith-based entrepreneurs listening to the show. So anything that you feel called to just share with everybody just to help them hit that next level that you're really in right now.
Yeah, I think it goes back to, again, that inner deep work, whether it's through your faith or personal, professional development. I really think it's about like listening to what your heart, God is in that message and what he wants to do.
Yeah.
And really leaning into that, right? Doing things scared, getting yourself out there. Like, I built my network in my community because I put myself out there. Am I an extrovert? Yes. But am I an introvert? I'm both of them, right?
Yeah.
But there are moments where I don't want to go and do things, but I know the importance of one-on-one connection and how that is how we were created, was to be in community with people. And so I have to remember that of like, okay, I need to be in community with people and I need to be in service to others. And so what is that going to look like? And so it's just pushing myself to put myself in those places where I'm like, I'm really scared right now.
Yeah.
I'm scared to show up and talk over here because what if I don't sound right, or what if I'm not as smart or whatever? But I continue to do it. I'm like, I'm just going to be who I am. I'm going to speak from my heart.
Yeah.
I know strategies and how to do certain things, but it's like, it's more of the heart. You know what I mean? And when you focus on your heart and what you really are meant to do and who to serve. And it's taken me time to figure that out. You know what I mean? Like it wasn't overnight. I had to really like pull back the layers. Like I said, I had to work through maybe some inner child trauma stuff or whatever and rewrite my story. But yeah, it's just like doing the work. Do the work for yourself and then go out and do things that make you joyful and happy.
Like, just go live life.
Just go live life.
We're breathing. We're alive. We have a choice in everything we do.
Exactly.
And your whole outlook is beautiful.
Yeah. And doing it like with a heart of gratitude. Like, I'm so grateful. I'm at this age now. Do I wish I would have done everything younger or learned this younger? Yes, but that wasn't part of the plan.
It wasn't,
And it's fine because I'm still looking good. Or, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, it's all good. Life starts new every single day. And so
it does. I'm
there
so
you
grateful
go.
you came on the show today. It's been so much fun catching up and talking to you and
Oh,
getting to shoot this in beautiful Zilker Park here in Austin, in your city.
yes.
She's like basically the mayor of the city.
I mean,
Come on. But no, seriously, your heart is just so beautiful. Everybody go follow Shannan on social media. We'll put all of her links and all her contact below. But she's just a beautiful light in this world. So make sure you follow her, and just your journey is so inspiring. And I can't wait to see just what God continues to do in and through you and how you continually just impact others. So thank you for coming on the show.
Thank you. Thank you, Tori.
You're welcome. Thanks for tuning in to the Tori Cruz Show. If today's episode inspired you, let's keep the momentum going. For our YouTube family, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and ring the bell so you're always in the loop with our latest episodes. And for our podcast listeners, your ratings and reviews are incredibly valuable. They help us reach more people and continue bringing inspiring stories your way. Remember, this isn't just a podcast, it's a growing community of family. Every like, share, and review helps us grow on our journey together, helping us to highlight more impactful stories. Until next time, keep being the light for yourself and others. See you on the next adventure.